everybody to WTL. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
Jabron.
The Parlay Pounder.
You got it. We gave you the Big Ten parlay.
Yes.
Now it's time for a player prop NFL one at the end of this segment.
I can't wait. Hey, like it, love it, hate it, whatever.
Yeah.
I said don't do a player prop on Travis Kelce until we had confirmation.
You nailed it.
She wasn't in the stands.
She wasn't there.
And they not only did Travis play like crap, the whole team did.
Exactly.
They lost to Denver.
Need her there. Hopefully she's flying out to Germany for them. We'll see.
She was overseas.
Yeah.
She wasn't in Denver. I forget where the heck she went. But,
hopefully she's in Germany for the Chiefs' sake.
I always thought it was crazy enough that I know who the third-string wide receiver is for any random team across the NFL due to fantasy football. Now I know pop culture and where all my pop stars are at too.
Yes, sir.
It's just crazy. Oh, and we do have to mention congratulations to the Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
First time they're
Rangers
World Series champions. First time in their storied history.
Yeah. Finally, Pudge and Juan Gonzalez and all those guys can
Nolan Ryan
hold their heads up high.
Yep.
They finally got out of the Houston Astros shadow. Congratulations to the Rangers.
Yep. And and all I like to do is bet road teams in baseball, so that served me real well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Seager was on a warpath as well as Garcia for the Rangers, so it was a lot of fun to watch it.
10 straight road games won by the Rangers down the stretch.
Crazy.
Pretty impressive. All right, let's get into the NFL because we got a fun slate here to wrap things up. The Dallas Cowboys are heading on over to Philadelphia for a prime time NFC East matchup. The Eagles are flying high, right? At 7-1. However, they are only a 3-point favorite over Dallas. It's just crazy when you look at the tabloids, read stuff, watch ESPN.
Yeah.
Cowboys are terrible. It's a dumpster fire. And the Eagles can't be beat.
Yeah.
But they're only a 3-point favorite at home.
Division rival, always a close game, Andy, especially, you just think Eagles, Cowboys, you're in for a good one.
Yeah.
No matter what, Andy, right now, I'm rolling with the over here. I'm seeing it at 46, 47.
Yep.
These
47.
two teams, have solid defenses for sure, but the offenses are just as good, and the over has hit in 5 of the last straight meetings, blowing the line out here, more often than not. So I think this game is headed for the 50s at very least, if not, don't hit the 60s. So I really like the over here no matter what.
Yeah, your best bet here is smacking that over.
For sure.
There's not much not to like about the Eagles and that offense.
No doubt about it.
It can be powerful, the power rushing attack when they need it. Hurts is more than capable and has plenty of really good receivers.
Yeah. Yep.
And a great offensive line, obviously headed by some
Jason
other Kelce.
Yeah. No, they get within 5 yards, they're getting it in the end zone. It's just what it is. And no matter what, they're 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, they're getting the yard with the tush push.
Isn't that the truth? The story of the NFL
the brotherly shove.
Just keep on hitting those little rhymes.
No doubt.
Now, this opened up at 2.5. It has been bet up to 3. Do you think it's going to keep moving further north, or is it going to stick around that?
I think it's right at that. I believe that they think the Eagles will, secure the victory right at the end with that field goal. I do like the Eagles here to win at the end, but I'm much more just looking at that money line at minus 150. I just believe that that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Because, this can can be a 1-point victory, 2-point victory. I just believe it's going to be that close of a game that the Eagles sneak out of there with a field goal.
The last 5 matchups between Dallas and Philadelphia, regardless of location, the over has smacked.
No doubt.
So I like your over bet there as well.
I love the over and the minus 155 with the Eagles money line. Give me those two.
There we go. All right, should we move on to a Sunday night matchup that's going to have a lot? This is a great matchup here. The Buffalo Bills are heading up to Cincinnati to take on the 4-3 Bengals. Bengals, got off to a slow start. That's just what they do.
They do that.
Didn't they lose like the first 3 games the year they went to the Super Bowl as well?
Relax.
Relax, right? Where have I heard that before? So this is going to be in Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a 2.5-point favorite, depending on where you're looking. I'm looking at a total of 49.5.
Yeah, Andy. I think I'm going to take a stab with the road team here with the
Really?
Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
This is a little bit of an interesting one. The Bengals are playing a comfortable home game, and the Bills get a little extra time to rest and prepare. Buffalo may, just be 2-2 in their last 4, but I think they've been just scoring really well on offense. Josh Allen's been tearing it up with 20 or more points in 6 of the last 7 outings. Right. It's been a while since the Bills have put up a big total, though, and they've been 24 points or below in each of the last 4. I believe this is a time that they really just pour it on. As for Cincinnati, they're on a pretty nice roll, like we just alluded to. The Bengals have hit 34 or more points in the last 2 of 3 outings. Which is kind of going against what I'm saying, though. Ultimately, I think this will be a reasonably high total with the Buffalo powering out a road cover. I just really believe Buffalo has the better team rolling right now. It'll be a good game to watch regardless. One of the best.
This is one of those interesting lines where when it opened up, Buffalo was a 1.5, 2-point favorite.
For sure.
Now the line is completely flipped where Cincinnati is now catching points. They're a 2.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
So you're seeing a huge movement that you don't always see that in the NFL like you do in the college game.
No, you definitely don't, but that's just kind of alluding what I was talking about is I think people deep down do believe that Buffalo is the better team here. It's just that the Bengals are at home and they can't be catching points at home. It's just what it is. It's the NFL. You can't be given, a good as team as the Bengals points at home, or you're going to lose. You're going to lose your money.
The Bengals have won 4 of their last 5 games,
no doubt.
And everyone was kind of waiting for the team, that offense especially, to wake up. And it appears that they have. Well, when you look at those offensive weapons, you're thinking, what is going on?
What is going on? You got one of the best quarterbacks in Joe Burrow, 2 of the best receivers in Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and then a very formidable running back with Joe Mixon. So they have a very good offense. I just believe Buffalo is just a little bit better. That's why you got to look at the money line, Andy. You're getting plus money with the Buffalo Bills right now. That is my play for the game.
I'm looking at a plus 120 on that money line now, and it opened up at a minus 125
exactly
money line. And I believe I just had that in front of me. 8 of the last 11 times that these two teams have squared off, the over has smacked.
Got to smack that over too, Andy.
Yeah, these two quarterbacks love to duel too.
They love to duel.
They go back and forth.
If you're getting the total under 50, you're getting a good deal.
All righty. Should we move on to Monday night?
Let's go Monday night.
Monday Night Football on ESPN. We have the Los Angeles Chargers playing the New York Jets. And the Jets, believe it or not, they are 4-3. They have a winning record
no doubt
right
about
now.
It. No doubt about it.
3.5-point underdog.
Underdogs, obviously. And the Jets were an absolute mess last week against the Giants. That was the worst football game that I've ever watched.
They won, though, right?
But 3 straight wins, Andy, is 3 straight wins, especially in the NFL. Yeah. Obviously, the LA Chargers are the more talented team here, but they have a history of playing games down to the wire.
Yeah.
And they end up losing at the end a lot of the time.
Yeah.
The Chargers are also dead last in passing defense, 24th in scoring defense. The Jets defense is sure to give Herbert and company issues.
Oh, yeah.
I love the Jets at plus 3.5 at home. Give me that Jets defense to cover this spread.
There we go. And this has been bet up because this opened up at 1.5. Now it's all the way up to 3.5. And now you're starting to see that value.
For sure.
If it starts coming back down, do you have a cutoff point in mind at all?
Yeah, no, 3.5 is the cutoff point, Andy, because the Chargers more than likely win this game by a field goal. But this Jets team is going to keep it close.
Oh, yeah. They always do.
No doubt about it. And the Jets crowd also shows up. And you should expect no different on Monday night. The Chargers never play in front of a crowd, so it's going to be a little bit of a surprise to them. And, we saw it against the opener in Buffalo. That crowd definitely gets into it. The Jets will have their chance to win this game outright. Give me the Jets. Give me the Jets.
You're talking about that defense for New York, and you can't deny that. This total is only at 40.
Yeah.
40. And the under has smacked 9 of the last 12 games for the New York Jets.
Yeah.
Are you looking at that under at all?
It's just a risky play, Andy, because one of 2 things can happen. The Jets defense plays really well, and Zach Wilson doesn't do very well on the other side of the ball, and that under's going to hit no matter what.
Yeah.
Or the Chargers are firing all cylinders and bust over 40 points with
easy
ease.
over.
So I would bet on the under just because I'm on the Jets side no matter what. So I would lean on the under, but I'm going to sidestep that one for sure.
You know, a lot of these score predictors have the Jets out front winning this. And if you add up the two totals, right, they're well over 40. I'm talking about by 6 or 7 points over that 40. So, man, I'll probably sidestep it too because there's not a clear edge one way or the other, but I'd probably look at the over here.
It's a low point total, so you definitely have to look at the over.
Probably looking at the over here.
Yeah.
Speaking of players, Mr. Parlay Pounder, you got a parlay play.
Yeah, I do, Andy, and it's 3 players that, I like to bet on quite frequently.
Okay.
I got Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, against the New England Patriots. He's a Commander's wide receiver, over 4.5 receptions this week. Sam Howell has been throwing the ball like crazy. I like Terry with 5 receptions at least. The other one I'm going with is TJ Watt, over 0.75 sacks. He's going to eat up.
Get 1 sack.
He's going to eat up Will Levis and the Tennessee Titans. Probably going to have 3 sacks this game, but just give me 1 and you're hitting that. And then I got Tua Tagovailoa, over 1.5 touchdowns. He is going to put it in the air over there in Frankfurt, Germany. So run it back. I got Terry McLaurin, over 4.5 receptions. TJ Watt, over 0.75 sacks. Tua Tagovailoa, over 1.5 touchdowns. Put them all together, plus 371. Putting $25 on this to win 117.
117 for a $25 bet, and man, those feel pretty darn good.
I like those right now.
And we just celebrated Halloween, and you're saying
Scary Terry. I love it.
Oh man, come on! And Tua's throwing for 2 scores. We talked about how that's going to be a high-flying affair. A lot of touchdowns are going to be lighting up the scoreboard overseas for that kind of a primetime showcase type of game. And we already talked about how the Steelers are going to get after that young quarterback.
They are.
That's going to be a sack for sure, right?
I believe even 2 half sacks gets you there. So no matter what, he's going to be involved. This is TJ Watt, probably the best defender in the game, going against a rookie quarterback that's going to have happy feet in his first primetime start.
The Parlay Pounder, folks. He's giving it to you again. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, that'll about do it for us this week. Be sure to follow us on ESPN, Tri-City Radio, and their Facebook page. We love to put out those short videos and get that interaction with you guys. And then on our Twitter handle, we always like to get some content out there, short videos and things of that nature. And then please, if you haven't already, think about subscribing to our YouTube channel. That's been growing. We are over 2,000 subs right now, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys for making that happen. You also got those free daily picks over on TikTok.
No doubt. Definitely look for those TikTok picks on primetime games. We got them every week.
For Jabron, the Parlay Pounder, I'm Andy Klassen. Thank you for listening. This has been WTL.